Today I want to talk about having the love you need, not the love you want. Growing up, I've always wanted affection and love from my mother. She's away working a lot when I was a child, so I didn't get to see her much. And I could still remember those weekends where I'd stayed up and wait for her coming home. I'd stare at the door and expecting her to show up because I was promised that she'd come home once every 2 weeks. So when that didn't happen, I was very hurt and I felt very unloved. And at the time, I made up the story that I'm not lovable. My mother doesn't like me, and that's why she decided to go away for work instead of spending time at home with us. So yeah, I really wanted to be loved by her. I really craved for her love. That's the type of love that I really want, to be close and affectionate with my mother. So whenever she was home, I'd spend every second with her. I'd want to be physically close with her. I'd go up to her, sit on her lap, or, just be next to her, right, as a child. And interestingly enough, she did not smother me with love and affection. She did not tell me, oh, how much I miss you. I wish I could be here every second with you instead of being away for work. I would sit on her lap, and then a couple minutes later, she'll get up or fetch me away. I was a chubby kid back then, so I thought, oh, maybe because I was too heavy, and that's why she couldn't bear the weight. And also, Chinese parents, they're not very expressive when it comes to emotions. So her love felt very distant. Like, it almost felt like there was no love because, she was away a lot, and I think I don't know, and I don't remember how she showed her affection when I was 1 year old. So at that point, it further proved that I'm not lovable and I wasn't good enough for her. That's why she doesn't love me. So this story has become my mission, right? To get her to love me, to get her approval. It started very young. I would get the best grades possible. I'll be the best daughter I could be, listen to every word she said. And it seems like no matter what I do, it's never enough. She'd never say, oh, great, oh my God, you got 4.0 GPA. I'm so proud of you. Like, those words never came out of her. And I noticed that I became so tired and I became very resentful. I was sitting there asking myself, what else do I have to do to get this woman to tell me that she's proud of me or love me? Like, I don't want to say this to blame my mother because, she has her own karma to go through. So there I was, pissed off, resentful, not wanting to live under her roof. So I decided to leave home. I thought that was the only option to be away from her. It's funny, when I was a kid, I dreamt about spending time with her, right? Being with her. And now that I got to live with her, I couldn't wait to get away. So I talked to my mother. I said I wanted to go to West Coast for school. And surprisingly, she said yes without much hesitation. She was very, very supportive of my decision. And that was the first time I felt supported by her. It was what I needed at that time, I think, to get away. So I went to West Coast. I started finding my own path and decided to pursue acting. Acting was definitely something my family would oppose. When I called my mother on the phone and tell her this decision, I remember there was a long pause on the other end of the phone. Nobody talked. It was silent. And then after 10 seconds, she let out a sigh and she said, "As long as you're happy." I was scared shitless because I made a very bold move for me. I did not listen to her or listen to anybody's opinion or suggestions. I just did what was right, which was to become an actress. I knew she wasn't happy, but it sounded like she let it go at that moment. And for the next couple years, we rarely talked. Reason probably being we didn't know how to communicate with each other, and we were so far apart, so didn't find a need to talk. It's only when I needed something, then I'll reach out to her and check in with her. However, she did support me financially throughout college for all those years. And then a couple years later, I found myself in a beauty pageant in Hong Kong. And there I was by myself, in a new city, facing new challenges. It was very cutthroat, it was very competitive, and it was very stressful. And she was the only person that came to the contest that night to support me. Was she happy to see me in the pageantry? Probably not, because it's not something that we've talked about, and that's not something that she had expected of me. But I think at that moment she knew I needed support. So she showed up. She showed up despite her own liking. And I still remember that night, after the whole thing ended, she came to hug me and patted me for the longest time. I needed that. So then my career started, and being an actor, income wasn't always stable. So my mother would always come in to help whenever I needed it. And at this point, she still had not said that she loved me or give me her stamp of approval. But I guess that's the way she's showing her love, is by, by being there when I need her. So after all these years of wanting to having a close relationship with her and have not succeeded, I couldn't help but think maybe the love she's giving me is exactly what I need. I thought I wanted an affectionate, loving, kind, supportive mother who would cuddle with me at every second of her life and love me to death. But if I did have that kind of mother, would it propel me to leave home to find myself? Like, would I have the need to leave and find my own destiny? If I had a close mother-daughter relationship and would talk on the phone every single day, would this kind of closeness make me feel suffocated and not having enough personal space? If I had a mother who was there when I was a child, playing a typical mother role, would I have had an example of a woman who is bold enough to go against social expectation and to carve out a completely different life for herself? would never had the vision of finding myself or figuring out what I want, because the home is so comfortable already. And I think to myself, right, I'd never become who I am today if she had been any different. I wouldn't. She has given me enough space and independence to make my own choices, and she's there to hold space for me when I need it. I think that's the type of love that she's giving me, and that's the type of love that I would need. Oh yeah, and by the way, she still hasn't given me her stamp of approval. Funny thing is, in 2021, she came to support my movie Beneath the Banyan Tree at Chinese Theater. It was the first movie I starred in. She invited a lot of our friends and families to come to enjoy the evening, which was unprecedented. She's never shown that much enthusiasm in my work prior, so that took me by surprise. A couple of days afterwards, we were on our way to grocery shopping, and in her very subtle and very humorous way, she did give me her stamp of approval. Her comment was from a line in a movie from Hong Kong many years ago, and I laughed. But yeah, that's the way she is.